I see you now. Great. Hey, folks, we're going to get started in a few minutes. I just wanted to run a quick test to make sure that the volume is good, make sure the sound is good, and I'm pretty excited. Yeah. Yesterday, there was some feedback, so I want to make sure I don't have any feedback today. I shouldn't have any, but you never know. You never know. One of the things I do want to point out that I can have a conversation with you. If you ask a question, it looks like it's going to be a private question, but I'm going to make all answers public unless it's something that is inappropriate. Audio is good, and 5x5 says, and video, 5x5 says Bob Gabori. And I'm going to just answer to him, and I'm going to answer thank you. And when I answer thank you, I'm going to answer it as a public. So you'll be able to see public on the right-hand side. It says my questions and public questions. So I'm making all the answers public. So you should be able to see that whoever asks a question, I will respond if I can to the public questions side. Also, if you need to scroll down, you'll see any broadcast message. I've written a few of those. It says, hey folks, we'll be starting in about 20 minutes. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask. Rob Weissman says, I do have a little bit of a high-pitched sound like a hairdryer. That might actually be coming from my computer. It's running a little hot all of a sudden, and it's probably because I'm running a whole bunch of different things at the same time. Maybe it didn't. Let's see. You know why? Because I didn't click it. Try it now, Bob Gabori. I'm not sure how to get rid of that sound. Sorry about that. So we're doing two things here, by the way. We're testing out a new software that I'm using, and we're going to talk about a company called Ambit Energy. If anybody has any other questions, I see a couple more people just came in. Welcome, and we're going to get started in about 6 minutes. I'm also going to be broadcasting on Facebook Live, which is something I just did yesterday for the very first time. And while I'm here, I know that I talked about this to some of the people that are in this room, and some that have not seen it. I am a huge fan of this new to me piece of equipment called the RIF6 Cube, RIF6 Cube. It's just let's see, it's just this big, and I can now plug this into my phone, and whatever movies I'm watching on my phone through Netflix, instead of being the size of the phone, can grow to as big as 10 feet with a WVGA quality, and it looks great. To me, I can't see a difference at all with the RIF6 between 720p and the WVGA. I can't see a difference. There is a difference, but for me, it's very, very minor. And if you're watching a movie, it's really insignificant. Bob Weissman, can you see the responses in public questions? Yes, Bob. That might be on your laptop. Anybody else having any problem with the sound? I see that Bob Weissman and Gabby have written. And I need to sneeze. I need to, like, woo! Don't you hate when that happens? I can feel it coming. Won't be able to always respond to the question. Sometimes in the future, if I do this again, I'll make sure that I have somebody responding to the questions, because it's hard to respond to the questions verbally and on paper. Oh, maybe I can't see my questions. Okay, I'm going to type in again and answer. Bob Gabori, maybe I can't see the answers. I'm going to type in, can you see this? I'm going to make it a public. Oh, maybe that's possible. Maybe for you, your questions show up under your questions. I don't know. That's a good question. But if I go to public questions, I can see, I can go and I can see, maybe I can't see my answers. And then I said, can you see this? Now remember, in the public questions box, there is also, it's scrollable. So you might need to scroll down to see your answers. Because I can see that Bob Gabori wrote, audio is good and video 5 by 5. And I wrote back, thank you. Breaking news, this just in. All right, so I'm going to go live on Facebook as well right now. Facebook Live is really cool. Again, Facebook Live is really cool. And so I can see myself over here. I'm recording over here and in front of you. So if I tend to look this way, that's because I don't want to insult my Facebook friends. You never want to insult your Facebook friends, right? Those of you who are on Google, watching me on Google, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you want to see the presentation or have any questions that you want to have answered, and if you want to really join us and find out more about us, go to live.selectambitenergy.com. So live.selectambit, energy.com. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Welcome, folks, for joining us. We're going to get started in just a few more minutes. And again, so I'm actually broadcasting now on Google Hangouts. We're broadcasting on Select Ambit Energy site, and we're broadcasting live on Facebook. So 3 ways you can get to see us. If you have questions, the best way to ask a question is either on Facebook Live or in the room that you might be in right now, which is the, let's see, Select Ambit Energy, webinar.selectambitenergy.com. So many different ways to join us. And just a reminder, one of the things that one of the attendees, Bob Gabori, is mentioning that he can't see his questions at all. Nope, that is asking me the question, Bob W. So if somebody could ask a question, and I'm going to respond, and I'm going to respond under the public questions, I would appreciate that. So again, the reason why I'm doing this is it's twofold for this webinar. I'm testing out a new webinar service under the webinar.selectambitenergy.com site, and testing it out to see how well it works. And number 2, I want to share a story about energy. It's electric. Yeah, it's electric. So that's one of the things I want to do. All right. Again, welcome to those folks who are watching me live on Facebook and watching me live on Google. If you want to see it, the presentation in a better manner, you want to go to live.selectambitenergy.com, live.selectambitenergy.com. Yeah. Welcome, Facebook friends. I'm broadcasting Facebook friends on 2 different methods. One is right here where I'm looking at you, and another is right here where I'm looking at my friends at live.selectambitenergy.com. So if I'm moving my head a little too much, I apologize. And we're going to get started to talk about ambit energy in just a few moments. Those who are watching on Facebook, just want to see how the quality is. If you could let me know that the quality is okay and acceptable, I would appreciate that. I want to make sure I'm not getting any feedback either. Yesterday, in my first test ever, I did have some feedback. I want to make sure that there's no feedback. All right, Mike just wrote a message. Hey, Mike. Long time no see. A couple of things for people who have not seen me in quite some time. I've made some changes. One of the changes is that I need glasses these days. And I've shaved my head, and I grew a goatee. Would you look at that? Folks just joining us, thank you and welcome. I just want to point out a couple things in this room. If you're in the webinar.selectambitenergy.com room, you want to take a look at your questions, where it says my questions and public questions. Most of the time, I will be responding to your questions, if you have any, under the public questions section. So if you do ask a question, so for instance, I can see that Mike asked me, said hi, and I responded back to him saying hi, and that's through the public questions section. Welcome again, those people who are watching on Facebook Live. If you have any questions there, you can ask away there as well. But you won't be able to see the presentation that I'm going to be giving. I'm going to say this one more time, and then we will actually get started. First of all, I haven't done this in a long time. Kaboom, kabang, ka-ching. The kaboom and the kabang is the excitement of what's going to happen today, what we're going to talk about. And the ka-ching is the money going into your pocket. I love saying that. And how are you going to get money going into your pocket? We're going to be talking about electricity, because it's electric. Woo! Hello, Janice Miller. She just gave me an LOL. I apologize to my Facebook friends because I forget that I'm also recording over in another area, another camera, to the Facebook Live. Those of you who want to join me on my journey with the actual seeing the presentation that I'm going to start in just a few minutes, can actually go to live.selectambitenergy.com. Just put in your name and email address, and you'll be taken right to the presentation that we're going to start in just a few moments. Again, those who are just watching me on just Google Hangouts, you want to also go to live.selectambitenergy.com if you have any questions. If you don't have any questions, you can watch the presentation on Google Hangouts as well. So we are broadcasting in 3 places at the same time. It's a trifecta, folks. Thanks, Bob Weissman. Bob Weissman just mentioned on Facebook that it looks great on Facebook Live. But again, the only problem that Bob Weissman is going to have is that he's not on Facebook Live going to see the presentation. But he is also in the room, so he's getting dual action. So he gets to see me in 2 different ways. Yeah. Let's see. Every so often, I can hear a fan start up. Yes, Bob Gabori, I don't know exactly how to fix that, other than I could put the headphones in. It's not my fan, it's the fan with the computer. Things are heating up in here. It's really hot outside, as everybody probably knows in the Boston area. This is probably the 8th day in a row that we've hit over 90 degrees. We're having a heat wave. So I apologize for that sound. Then it just disappears, so it must be turning on and off. It is. Just like you've been doing to me all these years. Turning me on and turning me off. Those of you who are on Facebook Live, I'm watching questions come across the board. Excuse me, yeah, Q&As going across the board on live.selectambitenergy.com. There you go, Janice. It's live.selectambitenergy.com. So live.select, and then ambit is A-M-B-I-T, energy.com. And all you need to do there is put in your name and email address, and it'll take you right to the live section. Now, there is a difference between live on selectambitenergy.com and Facebook Live. Facebook Live is a little bit immediate, and there is a delay with the Google system, Google Hangout system. It's about a 15-second delay. So if you're trying to watch both at the same time, it's going to be a little bit difficult. That's why I try not to watch both at the same time. It might be a reflection from your head. Yes, the reflection from my head, the heat coming off my head is going onto the computer, and it's burning up the computer so much so that the fan has to go on to the computer. And unfortunately, the microphone that's attached to my all-in-one computer is right next to the fan. Typically, it doesn't run this hot, but hey, have you seen me lately? All right, guys, we're going to get started in about 1 minute with the presentation, and this is the important part of the show. And the reason why this is the important part of the show is because this is new to me, and I am testing out this webinar system. By the way, Those of you who are joining us on live.selectambientenergy.com, how is that coming across? Is that coming across pretty good? Are you enjoying the look and feel of it? And Janice just joined us here. Welcome. Make that public. Again, those who are joining us on live.selectambientenergy.com, what you're going to see is on the right-hand side is going to see my questions, and you're going to see public questions. And above that, you're going to see a Facebook link, and you're going to see a Twitter link. I would love you to spend 2 seconds right now and share your opportunity with others in Facebook where you are right now. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. Again, it's part of the test for this webinar system. Yeah. So thanks for doing that. All right, let's get started. A few weeks ago, maybe actually less than 2 weeks ago, and now that fan just went off, by the way, less than 2 weeks ago, my friend Bob Weissman, who actually happens to be in the room, asked me if I could help him out. And I'm like, ugh, I hate moving people. That's the first thing I thought, that I'd have to fly out to Ohio and move him. Because everybody asks me, because I'm a big, strong, healthy guy. I'm always moving people. And that's not what he wanted. He wanted me to help him with his business that he's just started up. And it's a business about electricity. And he said to me, he's like, Keith, I'd like you to be a customer of mine. Here's the link. This was probably actually about 3 weeks ago. And I said, sure, I'll help you. And I told him my situation here, where the way that the billing works in this area where I live is kind of confusing, but that I would certainly help him out. Well, on that page, and he probably wisely did this, but he'll never admit to it, on the page of the link that he gave me to learn about this company is another link that says, rather than just being a customer, why don't you also consider being a consultant? That's basically what it says. And so I looked at it and I looked at it, and I kind of put it to the side a little bit, because I actually thought, well, maybe I should be an independent consultant for this company. And then I looked at it again. I'm like, why shouldn't I be? And I'm like, that's really stupid if I just become a customer, when I know that I have people in my circle of friends that might also be interested in becoming an independent consultant. But if they're not, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to be at least a customer. And there's a clear reason why in Massachusetts and just about everywhere else that this service is available. The name of this service is, of course, selectambientenergy.com. And I started to look at the whole process and how much money I can potentially make, and how I can help out a lot of people, not only to make money, but also to help them save on their energy costs. Now, in Massachusetts, as well as 3 other states, we can also sell solar if people are interested in solar. I have yet to do that. I have yet to really look deep into selling solar. But if somebody came across to me and said, I'm thinking about getting solar, I can now say, hey, I can help you with that. I keep on looking over to my left, and the reason why I'm looking over to my left is because I do have Facebook friends and family over there. So those of you who have just joined us, I'm doing a dual show here, so it's kind of not too easy, but it's kind of fun. I like having my hands in different places at the same time. So anyway, the more I looked at it, I had to sign up, because I knew that once I signed up, basically the story is, if you get 3 friends to sign up as a customer, family or whatever, you get your investment back. And I did that. I got my investment back immediately. I haven't received the check yet, but the check is being sent out on the 29th, which is tomorrow, so I'll probably get my first check within, probably by Wednesday of next week. And it also shows that I've got another check coming in the following week as well. So I will be in the black in just 10 days or so, because I just started last Friday. Bob, is that when I started? Last Friday? And the really cool thing in Massachusetts, and from what I understand, in every state, this ambient energy is available in 17 states. We're going to talk about those 17 states in just a little bit, but it's available in 17 states. And from what I understand, the variable rate that you're paying with ambient energy is less in all 17 states than what you're paying now for your energy. Yeah. Okay, and Bob Gabori, you're absolutely right. He just mentioned that you could do one more. I could be actually live on Periscope TV. That's the next step. Let's see if I can get like 5 computers going on at the same time and be live everywhere. Wouldn't that be cool? Live from Saturday night and Thursday afternoon. It's Keith. All right, I've been chatting like crazy, and I've yet to start the presentation. Now, the presentation I'm going to show you is based on you being a customer, because I have this belief that you want to really be a customer of the product, right, or the service. And I love to be able to show people, listen, this is how it works as a customer, because that's what you need to do. You need to share the story about how it works with the customer. And the really cool thing, except with Texas, big old grand Texas, that you will not get another electric bill. In the state of Massachusetts, we have 2 electric companies, National Grid and Eversource. And that's probably true with about just everybody in this room today. You have a couple different choices that you're really aware of. But because of deregulation, you can actually get different energy suppliers. Ambit, and we're going to show you this in the presentation, Ambit is a supplier, and the company that we're using right now, Eversource in my town, is the deliverer. If you live in the great state of Ohio, there's Duke Energy. Duke Energy delivers the energy to your front door. But the supplier, which could be Duke Energy as well, can also be Ambit Energy. It can also be Select Ambit Energy. So if you go to Select Ambit Energy and you are now a supplier for Duke Energy, what does this all mean? All this means is that you as a customer don't have to do a darn thing other than spend 5 minutes with your independent consultant to give them your information of your current company that you're using to get your electric. Once you give that piece of information to the independent consultant, myself, Bob Weissman, maybe you can be your own customer once you sign up as a consultant. So what happens is almost virtually nothing. You're going to get an electric bill from the same company that you're getting your electric bill now. And there's going to be a line item on that electric bill that says supplier Ambit Energy. And most likely, it's also going to show that you're saving in Massachusetts. If you're using Eversource as your supplier now, you're going to be saving 20% today, a little over 20%. You know, these kilowatt hours, I don't really understand, but here's what I do understand. When it shows that the kilowatt hour rate is 10.2 cents per kilowatt hour, and if you switch over to Ambit Energy, the kilowatt hour is 8 cents. That's over 20% savings on the supply side of your energy. Now, I want to talk about one more thing. We are going to get to this presentation, I promise. Once you get 15 customers, Ambit Energy will remove the supply side of your bill. So if you have an electric bill that's $100, typically the supply side of that bill is going to be around $80. Once you have 15 customers, Ambit Energy will either send you a check for that $80 to wipe out the supply side. And the only thing you'll be paying for is basically taxes and other little charges that you can't get rid of, which would be like the $20 a month. I'll say that again. Once you get 15 customers, your electric bill basically goes to zero on the supply side. they will either send you a check, or they'll be able to, in some states, will be able to actually wipe that item off your bill, so you don't have to see that at all. So instead of getting a bill for $100, you're going to get a bill for maybe 20, because that's the deliverer side. So remember, all electric bills have a supply side and a deliver side. Ambit Energy is going to get rid of your supply side of the end of the bill once you sign up. And that could be dollars, kaboom, kabang, ka-ching. In this case, the ka-ching is the money you'll be saving on your energy bill. How sweet is that? And yes, the fan just went on, so I apologize for those who are listening and you can hear the fan. I guess we're really heating up. All right. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Keith Carberry. Thanks for joining me today. I'm also going to go now to the presentation. And again, the presentation I'm going to show you is just on the state of Massachusetts, but the whole thing is, all you have to do is change your state at the top. And if you're in one of these 17 states, everything is true with what I'm going to say, except for the state of Texas. The only difference with the state of Texas is that in the state of Texas, you will actually get two bills. You'll get the bill that you're paying now, and you'll get the supply side bill. So you will be getting two separate bills in the state of Texas, the great state of Texas. But in this case, it's just a little extra work on your part. Instead of getting one bill, you get two. But at the end of the day, in Texas as well as all these other states, the two total bills in the state of Texas will be less than what you're paying now, most of the time. We can't guarantee that it's going to happen all the time. And if I did that, you would hate me if something happened. But I can virtually guarantee that every single month you'll be paying less money by making your switch over to selectambetenergy.com. I sure wish I could get it in here in California. Absolutely, Bob Gabori writes. So I'm just going to respond to him. Again, the state of California, right now, the only thing that we can provide is gas, I believe. Excuse me, I just had gas. Fernando, welcome. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook, if you want to see the presentation, the actual presentation that I'm going to give in about 30 seconds here, you want to go to live.selectambetenergy.com, and Ambit is spelled A-M-B-I-T. So live.selectambetenergy.com. Just put in your name and email address, and it'll go right to the live section. Now, there is a delay on that site as opposed to the Facebook page, and you'll be able to see that. And there's a reason for that delay. I'm not going to tell it to you, though. There is a reason. Absolutely, there's a reason. All right. I'm going to go to desktop sharing. So please bear with me when I do this, because I don't know the best method to do that. I'm not exactly sure yet what the best method is to get this accomplished. Hopefully, I'm doing it the right way, though. All right, as I mentioned earlier, in the great state of Massachusetts, this is what we're going to be talking about, but everything is the same. So if you live in Indiana, if you live in Ohio, everything that I say is true. Okay, it's the same. Just replace the word Massachusetts with that state. And then I'll tell you what states are available and what states are not available. Every once in a while they add new states. In fact, Indiana, I believe, is the newest state that has been added to the growing list of 17 states now that Ambit Energy is available. All right, in Massachusetts, it's color-coded, and it's color-coded for every state. For instance, if you go to your state, and we'll explain this, there are little pockets of areas in just about every state that Ambit Energy is just not available for some reason or other. Except for like Pennsylvania. I think Pennsylvania is completely filled. Every nook and cranny of Pennsylvania, Ambit Energy is available. Electric is orange. That means you can only get electric through Ambit Energy. Gas is yellow, meaning you can only get gas, Ambit Energy gas, available in that area. And if it's green, which is a lot of green in Massachusetts, gas and electric is available. So I'll give you an example. My sister, Dale, who happens to have a male and female name, she has electric in her hometown of Milton. She has a Cape house out on Cape Cod with electric, and the Cape Cod house has gas. So that's basically 3 points for me, or 3 customers in a sense, that I have. Now, for certain bonuses, it's considered 2 customers, but in all reality, it's really 3 customers. And yes, you do get residual income once you get a lot of people to sign up with the system. Again, once you get 15 customers, your bill is basically wiped out. Okay, again, Ambit Energy is known as the natural gas supplier and the electric competitive supplier, and that is true in all 17 states where Ambit Energy is available. Again, sometimes only gas is available, and sometimes only electric is available. And by the way, while I'm giving this presentation, I am not able to see your questions. So if you have any questions, please write them down. And when I'm done with the presentation, I will be glad to check them out. Thanks, Janice Miller just wrote on facebooklive.com. If you want to see the presentation, please click that link that Janice Miller provided, because that way you get to see the presentation. As I mentioned earlier, invoicing. All right, Keith, how is this really going to affect me as a customer? The bottom line is it's not going to affect you. Ambit Energy does not generate an invoice unless you're in the great state of Texas. The customer will receive an invoice from their deliverer provider. In Massachusetts, that for me is Eversource. So I'm still going to get my Eversource bill, and on that Eversource bill there's going to be a line item that says supplier Ambit Energy, and their kilowatt rate is 8 cents. Now, as we go through this presentation, you'll see that we actually have variable rates and we have fixed rates for Ambit Energy, just like you can do with your current supplier in most states. They have variable rates and they have fixed rates, meaning if you want to lock in your rate at 10 cents for the next 12 months, you can do that. And that way you know over the next 10 months you're not going to be paying too much. Personally, I like variable rate. I like gas stations. I like when I like to get, if you go to a gas station, you're not going to lock in your rate at the gas station. And that's the same thing that holds true in my brain with energy. I like to be current. So sometimes I know that my electric kilowatt hour with energy source, that's 10.2 cents now, might go up to 17 or 18 cents. But what I also know is that with Ambit, when it's at 15, 16, 17 cents per kilowatt hour with Eversource, it's going to be like 2 or 3 cents lower with Ambit Energy on the variable side. So even if it might go up, it's not going to go up as high as my current supplier. Yeah, I said it. All right. There will be no changes to the customer's regular bill cycle or information. Upon enrollment, Ambit will be responsible for the supply of service. The invoice will be divided into 2 parts, as I've been mentioning, and this is now in writing. You can see it. The supply side is Ambit Energy. The delivery side is the incumbent, which is for me, a company called Eversource. Hey, are there any credit checks? No. No credit checks, no deposits, nothing. You don't have to worry about that stuff, right? All right, let's go to the next page. As I mentioned earlier, there is budget billing, and you need to contact your provider if you want to do budget billing. Some people are probably on budget billing. I have a friend of mine, Sean, who is on budget billing for 2 years. He's actually locked into a company where he can't get out of that company. It's a competitor of Ambit Energy. And in order for him to get out of that contract, it's $150. Rick Caldwell, another friend of mine, online friend, he's with a company in Dallas, Texas. And in order for him to get out of that, it's a $200 cost to get out of his contract. I got to tell you, I don't think that's a good idea. So if you want to lock into a fixed rate with Ambit Energy, what is the cost going to be? Well, I'll tell you right now, the cost is going to be 0 if you want to get out of it. There is no fee to get out of your contract with Ambit Energy. Again, no fee, no fee, no fee, no fee, unless it's a commercial business. There might be some penalties, with commercial property. But with your residential property, there is no fee to get out of a fixed account. Again, another reason why I like variable. No matter what, you know what you're paying for, you get what you pay for, you're not going to have that question whatsoever. There are people in this world that have assistant programs, and customers that are enrolled in the electric assistant programs, they may be doing better than what Ambit is able to provide. So you need to find out if you're in an assistance program where you're getting a discount on your energy. This might not be perfect for you, but still, as a independent consultant, this could be something very, very good for you, right? Here's just some information. So what do you do if this is really important, guys, and I want you to really focus on what I'm saying here. The most important part about Ambit Energy is, okay, I'm comfortable with the service I'm getting from my current provider, which is the delivery side, right? I'm going to say that again. I'm comfortable knowing that there's a big company called National Grid or Eversource or Duke Energy or whatever you're currently using. You're still going to call them if a tree falls onto an electric wire. You're not going to call us. If a gas emergency happens, you're going to call your supplier. Well, Mary Jala, welcome. So again, I'm going to say this again. Once you switch over to Ambit Energy and you start saving about 20% on your bill, you're still going to call your current provider, which might be National Grid, if an emergency happens, a power outage, a line down, whatever it is. You're not going to be calling Ambit Energy, all right? Very, very important, because you don't want to figure out, okay, do I call Ambit or do I call the current provider? Always call the current provider. Again, we are the savings company. We are the service. We are supplying the energy. We are not delivering the energy to your front door. For that reason, you need to call National Grid or Eversource or whoever your company is, whatever state you're in. All right, again, if you're joining us on Facebook and you want to see the presentation that I'm giving, those of you who just joined us, go to live.ambitenergy.com. That's live.selectambetenergy.com. And Ambit is spelled A-M-B-I-T, and we're giving a presentation on that page. You just can't see it here. Okay? All right, thanks. As I mentioned earlier, you can have a variable rate, or you can lock in a term for 12 months. The term rate right now in the state of Massachusetts is 8 cents per kilowatt hour. If you were using Eversource right now, it's 10.2 cents per kilowatt hour. So we're saving 20% in the great state of Massachusetts, or the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So what do I need as an independent consultant from you if you wanted to sign up as a customer? As an independent consultant, all I need from you guys would be your account number with the company, your provider. So in Boston, it would be Eversource, so I would need your account number, which can be found. It's easy. I need your exact spelling of the name that's on the bill, and I need the address that we're talking about, that we're servicing, and the billing address. Sometimes the billing address is different. So for instance, I mentioned my sister who lives in Milton, Massachusetts, and has a house down on the Cape. Her billing address is different than the servicing address, right? Of course, she wants the bill to come to her home address for her Cape house, not her Cape address. What other information do we need? We need your date of birth. I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. And we also need your email address. And we also need you to confirm that you're over 18 years old, because if you're not over 18 years old, you can't do this, right? Why do we need that information? Well, we don't want to cram your business. We don't want to steal business from somebody. I could get a list of account numbers, and I can get a list of addresses, and I can just push the change through. But wait, I can't do that. I can't push it. Oh, I got a call coming in here. I can't push through a change. It has to go through a third-party administrator. Again, those who are joining me on Facebook, thank you for joining me on Facebook Live. I do appreciate it. I love the fact that you're here. But if you want to see the full story, come to live.selectambitenergy.com. That's where I'm actually giving a physical PowerPoint presentation that many of you are watching right now. So what I'm talking about is changing your customer, the supply side of your energy over to another company so we can save you money. Some people I know in this room, Diana, who is my niece, has solar. So this might not apply to her, but if she's interested in becoming an independent consultant, she's going to be making money. And because we are the supply side of the energy, we're providing the supply side. So I can do what we were talking about before I had a couple more people come in the room. We're talking about I can actually cram a change. It's called cramming. That's what somebody told me it was called. Maybe it's called something else, but I thought they said cramming. So I could get maybe 100 people and change their current Eversource providing energy over to Select Ambit Energy. I can find their account number. I can put in their account number, their address, and I can ask for a switch. But if they don't know that I'm doing this, it's not going to get done because there's a third-party verification source. And on that third-party verification source, they want to confirm with you your birth date, your email address, your service address, your billing address, and that you really do want to switch over to Ambit at the variable or term plan. And they're also going to say, do you understand that Ambit Energy will be the supplier of your electric or gas service? So it's basically making sure that I'm not doing anything illegal. Sick bird, illegal. Customers have the right to cancel their agreement within 3 calendar days. If a customer cancels service with Ambit without choosing a new provider, the supply portion of the bill will revert back to the incumbent. Just to let you know that. This you don't have to worry about, even though it says please be aware. Again, how do I pay my bill once I make the change key? You pay your bill just like you're paying your bill right now. You're not going to see any change whatsoever in your bill. The bill is going to be the exact same bill that you get now. The only difference on your bill is going to be a line item that says Ambit is supplying the energy to your house. And it's then going to say, but Eversource or National Grid is delivering your energy. Again, I'm saying that because I'm in the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and I know those are the two providers. The biggest difference you're going to see is that the cost of your energy is going to go what, guys? Say it all together. Down. Right? It's going to go down. Thank you, Potato, for joining us. I really want to talk about the most important thing here today. As a consultant, if you sign up today as a consultant and you bring in 15 customers, which is not that difficult. If you have a large family, if you have a good amount of friends, if you have some people that have 2 houses, that's considered 2 separate bills. That's considered 2 people. And as I mentioned to you earlier, that my sister has 2 houses, and she has gas and electric in one of the houses, so that's really 3 points. But on the electric side, if you have 15 customers, just 15 customers, your supply side bill is basically wiped out to 0. And I'm going to read this so that you can understand. Now, again, those of you who are in a state other than Massachusetts that are watching me, just put in your name up there. I just grabbed this one because it's basically everything's all the same. It just says Massachusetts on this presentation that I'm giving. Our popular free energy program provides our consultants with free energy and freedom. Just maintain 15 energized customers in any month, and you earn free energy credit. Calculations are based on the average daily energy cost of each customer. So let's say that the average energy cost for a customer is $100, and your bill turns out to be $100. Your supply side cost for energy is going to be wiped out. And that supply side is probably going to be about $80. So imagine you get just 15 customers, not including yourself. So if you wanted to include yourself in this, you would have to get 16 customers. It's 15 customers, not including yourself. You would just then attach your account to the one that you want to be written off, and your supply side energy will be basically 100% written off. It's called our free energy referral credit. and it was paid by check, and sometimes you can actually have it written off on a line item on your bill. But for the most part, people get a check to offset. So you would have to pay your energy for the $80, and then you'll get a check for $80, so it's wiped out. Okay, that is really, really wicked, piss of cool, right? Those of you who are watching on Facebook, I apologize if you see me looking away from you. That's where I'm giving the presentation on live.selectambientenergy.com. And that's why I'm not looking at you the whole time, because I have to look at the presentation to see what I'm doing. Get it? Get it? Get it? Good. All right. What is it? Oh, this is certification. So once you become a consultant, and I'm going to talk about the cost of becoming a consultant and the benefits in just 2 seconds here. But once I became a consultant, I had to take a test. And it says here, consultants must take a quick 20-question quiz covering products, ambit policy, and regulatory information crucial to Massachusetts market. So if you're in Massachusetts, some places you don't have to do that. But in Massachusetts, I had to take a quiz. And of course, I passed that quiz with flying colors, because I'm a genius. The next thing you want to do is you want to be your first customer. The system will allow one household customer enrollment in the Massachusetts market prior to certification. But it's easy to get it's so easy, this little quiz. I got one wrong on the quiz, and it's basic, easy. And then it told me that I had to fix that question, and then I got it right. Attempts to enroll a Massachusetts customer through an uncertified consultant website will be blocked. So the first thing you need to do once you sign up as an independent consultant in Massachusetts, you need to pass the test, and that's it. Real easy stuff. And once you get certified, you go into your back office of your account, and then you can sign up mom, dad, sister, brother, all these different people. And once you sign up 15 people, what do you get? I tell you what you get. You get free energy, right? And who doesn't want free energy? Those of you watching the presentation on live.selectambientenergy.com can see what the enrollment certification looks like. And it says, congratulations, basically, you passed the test. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. And you're moving on up. All right, here are some important things you need to know about Massachusetts and with many other areas. And it says here, as in all markets, telemarketing and door-to-door campaigning are prohibited. When speaking with a potential customer, please identify yourself as an Ambit Energy independent consultant. Under no circumstances should a consultant contact the state regulatory agencies for consultant or consumer needs. When speaking to a potential customer, you here, potential customer and maybe potential independent consultant, Ambit consultants may only use Ambit Energy approved materials like this here. Those of you watching me on Facebook Live can actually see I'm putting up a business card that's backwards because that's how the video is displaying, but you can get the idea of this is my business card. And if you turn it around, on the back end, it actually has a barcode. Well, I can't remember the name of this barcode. Anyway, what's the name of those barcodes? But that will actually give a presentation about Ambit Energy right there. So, Keith, I want to become a consultant. How do I do that? Well, you just go to selectambientenergy.com and follow the menus where it says I want to be a consultant, and you sign up. How much does it cost to be a consultant, Keith? Well, it costs $75 to sign up as a consultant, plus I'm just going to give you the round numbers so you get the idea. $75 plus $25 for the website. So the first month it's $100. Keith, how do I get my money back? All you need to do is sign up 3 customers and you get your money back. That's it. Keith, are you going to help me do that? Absolutely. I will help you do that. I will absolutely help you do that. I already have 10 customers, and I've only been doing this for a week. 10 customers, I'm only doing it a week. Pretty good, right? It's easy. It is so easy. All you have to do is tell somebody, I'm going to save you 20% on your energy, on your current energy bill. What are they going to say? No. Why would they do that, right? It's very easy. If you want to save 20% on your current energy bill, In Massachusetts, I don't know what the percentage is in other areas, but in Massachusetts, it's 20% basically, which is great. So all you need to do again is go to selectambitenergy.com. That is my website, and it redirects to a website. You'll see my name up there. Keith Carberry is your sponsor or consultant. And once you see my name up there, you get two choices. Once you see that, you can actually see what the rate is if you would just want to be a customer, or you can sign up as a consultant. If you want to sign up as a consultant and you have questions, just contact me. How do I contact you, Keith? I have to hit stop sharing. 1 second, guys. And I am back live. I should be anyway. Can you see me? All right, I'm back live on live.selectambitenergy.com. So if you want to go over there and see my handsome face, there, you can see it. Now, if you are on Facebook Live and you want to see me on live.selectambitenergy, there will be a 15 to 20 second delay on that. So you'll have to say, why, what's going on in there? But we have a delay for a certain reason, just to make sure I don't say a swear word. I can hit the delay button, right? Bob Weissman says, don't forget to let them know that they get free websites so that they can track their status and customers. Well, it's actually not free. It's $25 a month thereafter for that website. And it's an unbelievable website. It's really, really cool. Maybe I should actually go to that website. Would you like me to go to that website? Those of you who are on the presentation and could see my presentation, just type in yes, you want to go there. Those of you who are actually on Google Hangouts, you saw my presentation, but if you wanted to talk to me, you have to go to live.selectambitenergy.com, just to let you know. And thank you for joining me there. I appreciate it. Bob Gabori said, potato showed up late, time delay in California. Yeah, like 3-hour delay, right? Anybody on Facebook Live have any questions about selectambitenergy.com? I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. If you hear a humming noise in the background, I apologize. That is the fan from the computer. This place is heating up big time. Yeah. Oh, here's something that I do want to do. I am actually going to go back to desktop sharing because I want to go to my website so you can see a couple things in there. It's really important that you see that. So head on over to live.selectambitenergy.com if you're on Facebook, or you can watch us on Google Hangouts, and you'll be able to see this because I want you to see what the website looks like, and you get a better understanding of how things work. So let me try that one more time. I'm going to go back to screen share. I'm going to share the entire screen. I'm going to share it. And you should be able to see it now. Okay, this is the full screen of my page, as you can see. Again, if you type in selectambitenergy.com, you'll be able to see the page. And here's the rates and plans. And now if you're in rates and plans, that's the first thing you're going to see. You just put in your zip code to see what the rate is in your area and to see if you're available. Here are the states that you can market to with Ambit Energy: California, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. Now, when you go to that page, selectambitenergy.com, you'll also be able to see if you're in the state of, let's go to Pennsylvania. I'm going to click on Pennsylvania, and you'll be able to see a little map of Pennsylvania, and you'll see that most of Pennsylvania is green with a little bit of orange. The green means that Ambit Energy provides gas and electric to the consumer, and the orange means that it provides just electric. In Massachusetts, we provide both, but in certain areas we provide only electric, and in certain areas we provide both. Okay. How about California? Great question. In California, potato, California is only, if I click on California, if you're in selectambientenergy.com, you'll see that in about, I would say about 70% of California, we only provide gas. Right now, we do not provide in California electric. So my father-in-law lives in a certain area of California, and it looks like we provide gas there. So if I called him and I asked him to switch his gas over to Ambient Energy, we could probably do that in where he lives, but we can't do electric in California yet. I don't know what the delay is. I don't know what the problem is or why, but it just can't be done as of yet. So let me just go back here a little bit. If you're watching us on live.selectambientenergy.com, you'll be able to see the presentation. It says start a business. Keith, I'm interested in starting a business with you once again. You'll see a presentation about how to start a business, and you can call me, you can contact me. How do you call me? How do you contact me? My telephone number is 617-510-8923. That's 617-510-8923. When my dad turns 89, I'll be 23. That's how I remember that number. But it's not true. I wish it were true. It'd be kind of cool. Start all over again, right? No, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm very happy in my skin, my current skin. So starting a business, again, is $75 plus $25 for the website. And the website, guys, is amazing. It's a really cool website. You can see just about everything that's going on in that website. Presentations, if you want to give a presentation, if you want to explain things, if you get stuck, what do? I'll tell you what you do. If you get stuck, all you need to do is contact Keith Carberry. We can do a three-way call. If you want to transfer somebody's business over, we can do a three-way call. If you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody, if you don't feel comfortable talking to your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your best friend about switching their current service, their current electric service or gas service over to you, call me and I'll help explain how that works. The most important thing to remember is when you switch over to your electric bill to me, my system, or you become a consultant, the most important thing to remember is that their bill is not going to change whatsoever. They're going to get the exact same bill. So if you're with the company like we are here in Milton, Massachusetts, Eversource, you're going to continue to get that Eversource bill, and there's just going to be a line item on that Eversource bill that says, hey, you're saving money by having a supplier called Ambient Energy. Congratulations. You're one of the smart ones. That's basically how that works. All right, I'm going to go back to live on live.selectambientenergy.com. Let me see if I can find out how to do this. It gets a little confusing here. Oh, I have to hit stop sharing first, which I've just done. Just one moment here, guys, while I... All right, it's Q&A time. California can get solar energy? Thank you, Bob Weissman. Absolutely. That's a great thing that you just mentioned that. As an independent consultant, that's me, independent consultant, that's what it says. It says it backwards, though, independent consultant. As an independent consultant, we can sell in 4 states, Massachusetts, I believe it's Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, and California right now. We can resell solar. So if somebody asks you if you live in one of those 4 states as an independent consultant, and you say, yeah, we can help you, all you need to do is fill out a form that this person is interested in solar. Once they get that information, we just send it off to a company called Sunrun. Sunrun takes the ball and runs with it. Sun runs with it, something like that. And once they sign a contract, you as a consultant will get $250 right off the bat. Once the project is complete, you'll get an additional $250. So basically, for every solar company, solar person you sign up, you're gonna get $500. That's a nice ka-ching, right? Real nice. Once you're in this business for a while and you're growing your business with me, and as I mentioned, I am, yes, going to help you grow your business. Once you're in this business with me for a little while, you're going to start getting residual income from the people that you signed up. And it's going to trickle down to, I believe, unlimited amount of people. So if you end up having 100 customers, and then let's say that Bob who signed up under me, or somebody signed up under me, like Joe signs up under me, and then Joe brings his brother into the business, and he brings in more people. You're going to get a piece of that action all the way down. It is network marketing at its best, because everybody needs electric, right? It's electric. Everybody needs electric in this world. Everybody's using electric. And all you need to do is talk to that person that's paying the bill for the electric bill. And it's really easy to do that. And once they switch over to you, there's a very good chance they're never going to leave. But if you wanted to join a company that supplies pills, supplies of magic pills, they don't need those magic pills. You and I both know that, right? Potato rates, the solar money in California sounds very good. Can you expound on that, please? I'll do the best I can. But basically what I'm saying is that everybody needs energy, right? But you don't need that magic pill. So if you're looking to increase your income, if you don't have an income, if you're looking to make money, a little bit of money, become an independent consultant. At least we know one thing. After 15 customers, you're going to save on your electric bill. At minimum, that's huge, right? At minimum, if that's all you want to do, that's great. If that's all you want to do, if you just want to get a free energy, just become a consultant. You get your money back after 3, and then you're free, and you don't have to pay for the website if you don't want to. You can stop paying for the website, and you get free energy, and that's it. That's all you have. If that's all you want to become a consultant today. That's all I'm saying. With regard to the solar, this is basically how it works. I've not done it yet, Potato. I have not done solar yet, but I've read about it, and basically this is all you need to do. If you know somebody that's interested in solar, if you're interested in solar, you can contact me and say, Keith, I'm interested in solar. I will get you a representative from a company called Sunrun to come to your house to see if you're eligible to have solar on your property. Now, for you as a customer, it's not going to cost you any money because you're leasing it. It's a 20-year lease deal, and you're going to get solar on a 20-year lease deal. You don't have to pay any upfront costs, and I, as a consultant, will get $500, $250 at the beginning of the project, and an additional $250 once the project is done. And it is a 20-year lease, and you will then obviously pay a lot less money on your electric. I think it's about, in California, it's probably about 25% savings on your electricity. There you go, Potato, yeah. So, I mean, you're golden. You could just walk in and say you're the solar man. He's the solar man, yeah. Something like that, right? Again, I apologize to those of you watching me on either Google Hangouts or on live.select Ambit Energy and Facebook Live. I do have 2 cameras running at the same time, so I tend to sometimes go back and forth, and I have not been paying much attention to you folks over at live.select Ambit Energy, so I apologize for that. Anybody have any questions for me? This is the time to ask the questions. I went way longer than I thought I was going to. I thought this was only going to be a 30-minute presentation, and we're now into just about 1 hour. So I'm going to close out, just answer questions, and that's all it is. I'm going to keep my mouth shut until somebody asks a question. Bob Gabori says, hey, Keith, you have a person on YouTube that wants you to do the presentation in French. Oui, oui, I can do that, yes. I don't know who that would be. Bob has 2, let's see. Can you show some of the marketing material that they have for consultants? I might be able to do that. Do you have to be a customer to be a? Do you have to be a customer to be a consultant? No. Wait a second. Do you have to be a customer to be? Absolutely no. You do not need to be a customer to be a consultant. So, for instance, Bob Gabori lives in California, and if he doesn't want to be but if he wants to start promoting the business, he does not need to be a customer. If he could be, he probably would be. I told her that you don't speak French. Oui, I do not speak French. But I am very attractive like a Frenchman. Or something like that. I don't know. I'll speak whatever you want me to speak. I'll figure it out. I'll go to Google Translator. But as fun as Google Translator is, by the way, every time I talk to somebody who's actually, like, for instance, we had somebody stay at my sister's house that came over from Germany, and I did Google Translator, and she was laughing because she's like, "That's not how we speak. This doesn't translate very good. It just doesn't work. I mean, it works a little bit, but they do more than laugh." All right, my last little thing. While you guys are going to ask me questions, hopefully you have more questions. Je la famille, oui. I don't know if I said that right. This is a tool I'm going to show everybody here. It's called RIF6, RIF6 Cube. It's really, really cool. RIF6. I'm going to show you now on Facebook. If you have the money, I highly recommend that you get something like this because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's called the RIF6 Cube. You can take this cube and plug it in. There's a plug that goes from this cube to your phone. And whatever, if you want to watch Netflix on your phone, which I can do, anybody can do that. I have a Netflix account, and if I want to watch a Netflix movie on my phone or something else, I can do that. But it's kind of small, right? With T-Mobile, you can watch unlimited Netflix films with unlimited data. It does not affect your data whatsoever. I could watch all day long Netflix on my phone if I wanted to. But it's small, right? Well, with this plug, guess how big, and I know some people know the answer to this, guess how big with the RIF6 I can watch a Netflix movie? Because this is a projector. It projects. Guess how big it gets? This is just informational. Anybody have any idea how big can, if I want to watch Netflix through my phone, connected to this little box here? 10 feet. I didn't see anybody say 10 feet. 10 feet. I can watch a movie outside against my house at 10 feet. Isn't that cool? How cool is that? And it's almost at 720p quality. Potato over at Facebook Live writes, so the $500 is not from Ambit, but but is a solar referral fee. You'll actually get that $500 from Ambit. I don't know what the deal is between Ambit and a company called Sunrun. It's possible that Sunrun might give Ambit Energy $550 and they give us $500. I don't know how that works. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but we have an agreement with an outside company to provide solar, and we get a nice commission. That's all I know about that. That's all I know about that. Hopefully that made sense. All right, guys, my name is Keith Carberry, and you're not, and you're not, and you're not. I am out of here. Have a wonderful day. Please call me at 617-510-8923. 617-510-8923. If I don't answer the phone, it means I'm on the phone. Please leave me a message, and I will get back to you. I'm really, really excited to help you save money or to make money. That's your decision, whether you want to save money or make money. If you want to be a consultant, that's awesome. If you want to be a customer of mine, that's awesome. But it is my job and my belief, you need to do one of those because you're going to save money, without a doubt, and you could quite possibly be making money. Bob Gurbury says, FYI, the link in the webinar site goes to a sign-up link. Is that correct? Yes, selectambitenergy.com. I believe that's what you're asking, right? Selectambitenergy.com. In fact, I'm going to put selectambitenergy.com. That should actually go. I'm going to test it out. Whoa, it didn't work, did it? For some reason that didn't work. So it's supposed to go there. So I'm going to just type in www.selectambit Okay, I put a copy of that URL in on the bottom left-hand side. If you're in live.selectambientenergy.com, you're going to see at the bottom left-hand side, it will be, it'll say Select Ambient Energy on the left-hand side. Just copy that and paste it. Not sure why. It's kind of strange. The shared URL is not working, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure why that is. But again, please go to selectambientenergy.com. Anybody else have any questions? Elizabeth, how much does the cube cost? Oh, the cube, I got the cube for $200 off of Amazon, but I think it's now back up to $300. So you have to find, it's all about timing. Follow it. I got it on the Amazon Prime Day for on the cheap for $200, but it's just absolutely fantastic. Now the sound quality isn't that great, but I actually have an external Bluetooth speaker, and the sound of that was fantastic. So that's the other purchase that you might need to make, and that's about $30 for that. But yeah, fun. So the other thing you can actually do, I could actually bring this to someone's house, and I could actually just put in a SIM card, because it does take SIM cards. I put a SIM card in, and I can do a presentation with just this, and it does come with a little clicker to go to the next page. I can put this in somebody's house, put it against their wall. Impressive, right? Absolutely it is. Very impressive. Any other questions here? I'm going to go back to, let's see, Bob Gabori. No, I meant it goes to the webinar sign-up link. Yeah, I know. That's really weird. What is your affiliate link for the Cube? I do not have an affiliate link for this. This is just a little FYI. That's all. I'm just providing free information. I'm just being super helpful. That's the way I roll. You should know that already. Yeah, you should know that already. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Because I've got answers. I have one more question, and hopefully you guys can answer it whether you're on Facebook Live or if you're on the live.selectambientenergy. How did this presentation come across? Did you like this look and feel? Do you prefer another look and feel? Is there something that you think is better when I'm giving a presentation? This is obviously really for the people who are on live.selectambientenergy because they got to see the full presentation. But I'm just kind of curious on what people thought of this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Is there something else that you would prefer? Do you like GoToWebinar better? Do you like Vercast better? Very good, no issues here, says Gabby. Anybody else have any feedback for me? Because I'm curious on whether I should use this type of service again or if I should just get rid of it, you know? Remember, it's electric. Sign up today, guys. Do it now. Just do it. Check out your rate. Thanks for the feedback, guys. I do appreciate it. My name is Keith Carberry. You're not, and I'm out of here. Yeah. Bye-bye.